What's going on, friends and family? Welcome to Every Day to Saturday with your host, me, myself, and I, Brian Roof. Hey guys, it is Throwback Thursday. Again, I am live. I'm going to start doing this, I think, a little bit more often, bringing back the old Throwback Thursdays. If some of you guys don't know what Throwback Thursday is, that's kind of where I go back and talk about old stuff, the Throwback Thursday. Um, Particularly lately, it's been a lot about consoles. Um, if you go way back, I kind of stopped doing the Throwback Thursday. I want to say it was around April time frame, and then just decided, it's time to pick it back up. It is time to go ahead and pick it back up. There's people out there that did like it. I know it's not for everybody, but it kind of breaks up, the difference. I think, it kind of breaks up talking about mental health, talking about veteran stuff. This is talking about stuff that we kind of grew up with, and you know, and also it does help with mental health as well. I don't know if some of you guys know that, but definitely does. There's been studies out there that have shown that as well. But what do we got in store for today? Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to go since last week we did good old PlayStation 1. What do you think's next? PlayStation 2. Now, I think PlayStation 2 for me is probably where I really got into it. I really did. There's good old PlayStation 2 right there. I like I said, it was one of those games I really got into. They had the NCAA, Madden, and then like the two would talk to each other. Like you could start off a player in college, move them all the way up through the ranks, and then put them into Madden. I mean, that was really cool, and I love doing it. But kind of let's flash back. Let's take a look at how PlayStation 1 was. So there we go. We got PlayStation. Wow, excuse me. We got PlayStation 1 right there. And let's go ahead and do kind of a comparison. So there's PlayStation 2. Now I think you can see the big difference there. One is the CD used to be on the top. And you press the button and the top would pop open. With the controllers back, with PlayStation 1 2, they didn't have the bumpers or the joysticks, so like PlayStation 2 does. And now this one, there was a tray, and you would insert your CD into the tray. You kind of, some of us that grew up with the Nintendos and the Segas, you remember those days where you had to, blow on your the cartridge and stuff before work, or you'd sit there and mess with it. Well, PlayStation, they came up with more of the CD type thing, and the only thing you kind of ran into a problem there is scratching the sheesh out of them, and then of course, start scratching them, it doesn't work as well. So um but yeah, I mean, definitely they came a long ways in their time. You can tell, even just from the controller plugins. um this one too, there was a memory card for PlayStation 2. I don't recall. Yeah, there is. Never mind. There is a. They did have the memory slots too, right there. I see them. I don't remember PlayStation 1 as well. I mean, PlayStation 2 definitely was uh when I really came around and stuff. Check out all those different games. I know it's probably not that easy to see, but I mean, right away when you kind of glance over it, you can kind of see the big namers on there and stuff like that. So we're gonna go through all that stuff. We're gonna go check out a video or two as well. Uh bring you guys back to the old PlayStation 2 days. Um, but all right, let's go ahead and go check out some a little bit of some video that we have from back in the day here, and get that all queued up. This one right here is the top 15 best PlayStation 2 games of all times. We're just going to kind of go through this, look at it, um, more or less, just to kind of see the gameplay, all that stuff. So right here, I might not even. We'll see if I put the volume on. All right, so right there, God of War 2. I don't think I ever got a chance to play this game right here, but it does remind me of kind of a Tony Hawk type feel, but a bicycle. But you can tell if you guys tuned in last week, uh, when we did PlayStation 1, you could tell there's a big difference with the graphics. They're definitely not as pixelated. Got some Tekken 5. You could even see like the fighting games starting to look a little better. You know, they're starting to get more of that rounded, curvature to them, not so boxy looking and so pixelated. Oh, the first person shooter right here. Now, a lot of you that play the first person shooters and stuff like that, you know that you can definitely, it's kind of changed in that manner where, you know, the when you're shooting down range, it's more, they're like hip firing right there. They're not looking down the sights. Now in Call of Duty and all that, you're able to look down the sights. You weren't able to do all that stuff before. Yeah, these games definitely back then, must say, they are a lot more. Their graphics are so much better than they were from PlayStation 1. What we got here? Resident Evil. Yeah, Resident Evil. All the games from there, they were all really good. Story based line, kind of that scare horror movie, kind of turn around the corners, get shook, have to make decisions, that kind of stuff. That game was a lot of fun. As you guys can see, I mean, oh, here we go with some Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas. So they definitely have come a long ways with GTA. Jeez. Oh man, dude slams right into the ding on pole. They are fighting the cops, so but I mean it's still the same thing. In these games, those GTAs, they were really, moms and dads weren't very happy with that game coming out. I do recall that being a big problem. Oh my gosh, the poison is killing me. It's crazy how much the games have changed. Oh yeah, here we go. Some SmackDown. I gotta say, these WWE, WWF games were always a lot of fun for me. I had a lot of fun playing them. It was a lot of good time. I gotta say, what one thing they have gotten so much better on with these type of games is you know, announcing and stuff like that, making it seem more authentic. And I don't think back, back in these GTA older days, I don't recall and remember if they had music, but now when you play, you could at least, when you're driving around or walking around like this, you could have some music bumping. Oh yeah. It was always fun. I had a lot of fun playing this game and then just maxing out the stars. You know what I mean? Final Fantasies, they've always been really popular. I don't even know what Final Fantasy they ended up with. Final Fantasy 12, maybe. The God of War, is definitely gotten popular, and it is he's still popular to this day, uh, especially over on Xbox and PlayStation as well. I think it's crossplay. What's going on, everybody? Welcome in, welcome in. We're just going over some PlayStation 2, kind of hanging out. More than welcome to join in on the conversation, or if you even want to hang out, you're more than welcome to come hang out. Let me see. Skip these. But yeah, anyways, we're in here just chilling. Let's checking out the PlayStation 2. We're kind of just right now going over, just looking at some of these games, looking at the gameplay of them. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get ourselves into the actual list and kind of go down the list of the different games. But I thought it would kind of be fun just to look and check out some of the games. Remember the good old graphics and stuff like that. A lot of fun. Let me put back on some sound here.
Hey, what's happening, man?
Oh, Metal Gear Solid. These games were a lot of fun. Oh man, that's great. Yeah, these games, here's another racing game, but a lot of these the war games and sneak up games, they've come a long way. I mean, they've switched up to different views from, first person, now there's third person. So they've come a long ways with the way they developed the game and the way you played and the way you kind of experience the gameplay. I must say. Gosh, Spider-Man. Wow. I mean, I'll tell you what, this game in particular has come so far along. Um, my stepson, he had, I think he's played most of the Spider-Man games, but I would watch him, and my gosh, the graphics on Spider-Man were just absolutely amazing. And it's like anymore, some of these games are like it's like being in the movie or watching a movie, but that was basically, we went through about top 15. That was based off someone else's opinion. But right now we're gonna kind of go down the list and check out the list of 100 and see if you guys remember some of these games. Maybe some of these were your favorite games. Um, Me in particular, you'll see that I was heavy on sports games and shooting games. So that's the games you're gonna probably see me saying, "Oh yeah, that's my game." Um, but definitely, and I liked a lot of like fighting games, boxing or anything like that. So here we go. Let's go ahead and let me share this screen real quick. Make sure get this all set up. But hope you guys are all having an amazing Thursday. Like I said, we will try to do this more regular. I know being consistent is very big with people showing up. So that's going to be one of my goals is try to be consistent with it. You may see me weekly, may see me bi-weekly. We'll kind of see how people respond to the Throwback Thursdays. Like I said, it's just something to kind of have fun with. I mean, everybody, I think at some point in time either grew up with video games or knew someone who grew up with video games or hated someone that grew up hated video games in general because not everybody tends to like it. So let's kind of go through the list. I don't know how well you guys can see it. I hope you guys can see it halfway decent. But I'm gonna do my best to read it off to you guys so you guys can hear it at least. But number 100, we got Guilty Gear X2. Not familiar with that game. Kingdom Hearts 2, number 99. Not familiar with that. Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow, number 98. Now I am familiar with Tom Clancy games. Definitely played a lot of Tom Clancy games. But Splinter Cell in particular, I don't know that I played them that much. Um, but who knows? I could have possibly. Without actually looking at it, I don't think I did. Dark Cloud 2. Not familiar with that one. MVP Baseball 2005. Now, these games I had a lot of fun with. I loved being able to do like franchise modes and stuff like that. So, like I told you guys, definitely heavily into more of the sports games. MVP baseball definitely was in my game deck. I had almost every baseball game that would come out, every football game that would come out. Definitely wasn't missing it. So, number 95, NASCAR 2005, Chase for the Cup. Well, don't know if I've ever played with it. I don't see that there's a picture to kind of refrain, to reference to, but can't say I did love. Now, I guess that's another type of game that I left out that I really did enjoy, which was racing games. I definitely had a lot of fun doing those as well growing up. NCAA football 2007. Now, let me tell you, these college games right here, oh man, I had a lot of fun. And I think there seemed to be a little bit more freedom in the college game versus Madden. And I mean, I know in the college game, you were able to pitch the ball and things of that nature. Well, that kind of was a new thing that you weren't even allowed to do on Madden at one point in time. That was very, new and something different. And that's what was really unique, I guess, about NCAA college football. And the other thing that was extremely fun with getting involved with these, college football games and Madden is you were able to build a player up in the college football game and then save it onto your memory card and then put that onto Madden and then go through a draft and then you can play your player through a different team. I don't know. I just had a lot of fun and got lost in playing those college football games and Madden as well. So after that, we got Bully number 93. Not quite sure if I know which that is. Metal Gear Solid 2. Now, all right. Now, these Metal Gear Solid games were all a lot of fun as well. Um, I had a lot of fun playing all these shooting games. You had to be kind of sneaky and stuff like that. It was always like, you're kind of being a ninja trying to get into these spots and places, you know, a lot of fun. A lot of, don't underestimate the sneakiness. You know what I mean? Um, all right. So number 91, World Series Baseball 2K3. Another game I definitely played when I was younger. Like I said, if it was baseball, football, um, even sometimes I think when I was younger, I kind of liked the soccer games. Um, I even liked all the basketball games. I was into a lot of sports. The hockey games were a lot of fun. Um, but these World Series baseball games, I loved it. When you can sit there, make your own player, play through the whole season, and then, try to make it in the Hall of Fame and all that stuff. So a lot of fun. All right. Let's see. Number 90, Jack 2. Hmm. Not even sure if I know what Jack 1 is, to be honest with you. Number 89, Devil May Cry 3. Now, I don't think I ever really played this game myself, but definitely know that it was kind of a popular game. Number 88, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. We did kind of talk about that again. Here we go with a number 87, NCAA Football 2006. Once again, each of those games were always fun and they were great. Here's kind of the other thing that was kind of fun with these games is it was kind of one of the first times where you could kind of keep your roster going and you didn't have to like play to a specific thing. You could kind of keep going and just going season after season after season. And it keeps generating different players and all that stuff. And I don't know, that was kind of fun. And I thought that was really cool as a kid. Um, but that's when you had to go out and get yourself the memory cards and sometimes you needed more than one memory card, based on how many seasons or whatever you had going. Number 86, Boulder's Gate, Dark Alliance. Not familiar with that one. Oh my gosh, this one, number 85, SOCOM to US Navy SEALs. Let me tell you, these games back then, I'm not sure if any of you guys ever played any of these Navy SEALs games. They were kind of next level at that point in time. You were able to put in like a headphone and you had a mic and you were able to kind of put in and talk and make commands and your squad would do the commands and stuff like that. That was kind of next level stuff when we played SOCOM, but that was a lot of fun. I don't know if any of you out there are familiar with that game, but it was a lot of fun. Here we go, Fight Night Round 2. Now, all these Fight Night games are a lot of fun too. I don't know. I guess I'm kind of one of those people. I like to make the character and then kind of go through the seasons and try to, be the best and all that stuff. That was kind of the same thing with these Fight Night games. You were able to create your boxers, and then you can choose either whether you want it to be, the featherweight, lightweight, middleweight, heavyweight, all that stuff. They had all the different weight classes, and you can try to make your boxer, and then you would try to work through. And obviously, if you as you won, you were able to take on more fights. It was kind of fun. And this is kind of the first time too where they had games where there was like management decisions and other different ways that you could kind of play the game without actually playing the game. You were able to even start making play calls in some of the football games and stuff like that. So, all right, NASCAR Thunder 2004. Now, all the race car games for me were a lot of fun. I did enjoy that. These NASCAR games were also a lot of fun. They got to be very authentic and stuff like that, where you had to do the pit stops just like the real deal and get yourself fixed up and all that stuff. But yeah. So hey, anybody, I'd just like to say hello to you if you're out there watching. This is a live show. Usually I do a lot of pre-recording, but lately I've been trying to go live a little bit more. These throwback Thursdays, we will try to go live a little bit more often. I used to do them pre-recorded, but I was like, hey, we'll start trying to do this live, see if we can get people out there involved. So if you see games that you are familiar with, you like, please comment, make say what you want to say. It, this is a join in type of conversation. All right, so FIFA Soccer 2003. Although I gotta say, I'm not the biggest soccer fan. But when it comes to video games and stuff, that's when it's fun for me. I do like soccer on the video game side. Now, I got to say, before I get too far to this, that PlayStation 2 was the last of the PlayStation for me. Once I was done with PlayStation 2, I went over to Xbox 360. Um, the reason being is, and I'll tell you, is they ruined Madden for me on PlayStation. The gameplay just wasn't right. When I played over on Xbox, I just liked the way the gameplay was. So I legitimately left PlayStation for Xbox for the simple fact that, you know, um, for the simple fact that they messed Madden up. I was that upset that they messed Madden up that I was like, man, I'm done with PlayStation. And I've never looked back, honestly. I've actually tried to play PlayStation again, and my preference is 100% Xbox. Hey, so I know some of you out there are hating me because maybe you're huge PlayStation fans, but I don't know. I gotta say, if you're playing PlayStation, that you've never given Xbox a real chance. That's just my opinion. But let's go, keep on going. All right, number 81, Sly 2, Band of Thieves. Not familiar with that one. Number 80, Red Faction. Number 79, Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2003. Now, another thing, I'm not exactly, I mean, well, now that I'm getting older, I am finding myself liking golf. But again, once again, put me on the video game type world and get me in a golf game, and I love it. I'm having a great time. Um, these games back then too were the graphics on them were really good, and that's because there wasn't a lot going on in the game so much that they had to concentrate, you know. When you're sitting there putting the ball or whatever, there's just the grass and the little thing. So I think they were able to kind of make these games look way more authentic at this stage than a lot of the games that you would see before. And that's the other thing with when it came to even PlayStation 1. Um, they started running more like video clip type things in the games, adding um theatrical type stuff to the game, so to speak. So it's definitely, I don't know, they've come a long ways and evolved with the games, that's for sure. Um and like I said, I think a big thing too is they've always had a decent way with the gameplay. I think where they may have struggled, and I think they've gotten so much better, obviously, is with commentating. The commentating is has changed and is so much better now. Number 78, Ratchet and Clank. Number 77, NCAA Football 2005. like I said, they're going to keep on making the list because those games were awesome. I mean, between NCAA and Madden, I can't see them not just dominating this top 100. Number 76, Tekken 5. Now, you guys heard me talking about Tekken before. Um, that is another one of those big time games back then that um, they would compete with the Mortal Kombat's, the Street Fighter, all those type of games. Tekken was another one of the big time names that you heard. Number 75, Medal of Honor Frontline. Now, this was a very fun game. I loved all the Medal of Honors. I know, I think I said that before. But for a first person shooter, and the storyline, and when I talked about adding a lot of theatrical type stuff to the video game, Medal of Honor for sure has a lot of theatrical type of trailers in there to make it kind of seem more of a storyline, and it kind of relates to what was going on. So some of these games you could actually learn a little bit of some history from them, because um, Medal of Honor, particularly, it did have storylines that were based off of true stories. So that was kind of cool within itself, some of the theatrics that were there. Um, but number 74, Madden NFL. Like I said, the Madden, the NCAA's, they're going to be constantly coming up, and who wouldn't love it? And that's kind of one of the things. See, Madden would always try to be concentrate on one thing or another. One like this year, that Madden NFL 2006, right there. They were doing the whole quarterback. They got Donovan McNabb up there as the front guy, and they have that whole quarterback vision thing, and being able to search and throw it to your receivers. Um, all that pretty dang on cool, I gotta say. And yeah, I don't know. That was this is when Madden was fun, right? I mean, they were still having a lot of fun with it. It was okay. I don't remember the exact year it was for me that I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm not going on PlayStation 3 now. You guys lost me. All right, so we got another Tiger Woods up here, number 73. Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2005. All right, number 72, NBA Street. Now, I don't know if you guys could tell, but basketball probably wasn't, a good sport I was good at. Football was more my type of, speed. But uh, again, video games brought things that I actually end up being really big fans of because of the video game world itself. NBA is one of the games, all their games were a lot of fun too. I mean, you put it out there again, the ability to make your player and to go in there, play as your player, and have your player progress, and you can get traded, all that, get in the draft, all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of fun, and that keeps you kind of busy, when you get going like that. So here we go with the next couple are all basketball. So we got 71 ESPN NBA basketball, number 70 NBA 2K2. Now it's 2K2. Um, they started, really I would say they came in and started really competing with everybody else right off rip. And their graphics were something different, man. I mean, it started looking way more authentic, and the games started changing where the pixelation got more smooth, more round, um, frames per second, all that stuff. It's amazing how great it is. Number 69, Silent Hill 2. Number 68, Gran Turismo 4. Once again, all the racing games, all a lot of fun for me. Gran Turismo, another one. Especially when you get to, I really love the ability to, have that ability to change whatever you want, customize it however you want it to be, make it different colors, put rims on it, upgrade it when you win races, all that stuff. It's a lot of fun. Number 67, Megami. Never heard of that one, to be honest with you. Number 66, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. We've talked about them earlier. That whole series is a lot of fun and very cool type of sneak around uh type missions, very solo type of game. Number 65, Ace Combat '04, Shattered Skies. I guess I kind of forgot. Here's another set of games that I really like playing is the fight games. Being able to have air combat and all that stuff. I really actually enjoyed those kind of games. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. Number 63, NBA 2K3. Once I said, like I said, all the 2Ks, man, once they came through, they started really competing with the Maddens and all the NBA games, all the NHLs. Same one right here, number 62, NHL 2K3. Number 61, NBA Street V3. Number 60, Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2004. Now, all the Tiger Wood games, they were a lot of fun. I got to say, EA Sports was really good with their sports games. Um, that's what 2K is the one that kind of started competing with EA Sports. But I don't know. For me, I always felt like the gameplay in EA Sports games were so much better, except later on when they fucked Madden up. I'm telling you, they messed Madden up, messed me up. That's when I was done. PlayStation with, I was always the biggest PlayStation fan too. Let's see here. Number 59, Dragon Quest 8, Journey of Cursed King. Number 58, Rayman 2 Revolution. Number 57, ESPN NHL Hockey. Now, these games, all the hockey games on here were a lot of fun. And especially the ones where you could actually get into fights with people, you got put in the penalty box. Um, I don't know. Those games were a lot of fun. I really liked being able to be and feel like you're playing the game yourself. Um, yeah, it's not the real shit, obviously, you're not going to be so tired playing as if you were really doing it, right? Number 56, Beautiful Joe. Number 55, Time Splitters 2. Number 54, Shin Megami. Number 53, NCAA Football 2002. Like I said, all those NCAA games, lots of fun. Number 52, Burnout Revenge. Number 51, Jack and Daxter, The Precursor Legacy. Number 50, MVP Baseball. Great games, great games. Number 49, ESPN NFL 2K5. There's another one. Another one that started kind of trying to compete with Madden, but I got to say, Madden was always next level when it came to it. EA Sports, like I said, hands down. For me, when it came at least to the football games, always produced the best football games. That's just my opinion. I don't know. Number 48, NBA Street Volume 2. Well, these were a lot of fun. These games, they were more cartoony type games, not as real. I don't know. That those games right there not as fun to me. I like the more of the realistic game type one where you're playing seasons, playing real games, got to make it into the playoffs and to the championship, all that stuff. Number 47, Ratchet and Clank. Hmm. Number 46, Tony Hawk's Underground. The Tony Hawk games were always a blast and a lot of fun. Jeremy, what's going on? GTA was the best game. Heck yeah, man. GTA, all the GTA games, great. I mean, they've come so far. I mean, when I watch some of them, and the gameplay now, unbelievable. Especially how much customization they can do to the servers. I've been watching people; they're playing on their computer and stuff, and these dudes, um, they're actually like playing cops and robbers, but they're role playing the whole time. Some of them are cops, some of them are the bad guys, and it's a whole role playing bit. It's pretty cool. But number 45, ICO. Not really familiar with that one. Number 44, World Soccer winning 11-8 International. Not familiar, didn't play that one. Number 43, Madden NFL 2005. Got Ray Lewis on the front cover. Now, and this is the whole, that's the year when they did the whole new hit stick. When you could just sit there, bam, and so you put the good enough hit on one of them dudes, they fumbled the ball. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And I don't know, if because you're the only one in here right now. But do you ever recall there being that whole Madden curse? Like whoever was on the front cover of the page got hurt, suspended, something went wrong with them. I do believe there's the Madden curse. I don't know if you're familiar with that, if that is a thing, but yeah, the Madden with the Vic with the best. Yep. That was kind of the one when they started making yes, that is real. Right. That is when that whole Michael Vick year was when they really started making the that it just really irritates you when the whole quarterback just takes off on you and runs. So you always play these people who had like McNabb, Michael Vick, something like that, and Hike. They go on shotgun and they just take off running and they juke everybody, score a touchdown. Ha ha ha. Boy, I tell you what, man, you want to get heated on a game, play against someone that's all they do. Like that, and then you get to that level. You know what I'm talking about when you're playing someone, you're like, what, man? That's the only play you know? That's the only play you know how to do? Yeah. Oh, damn. Madden games got me. I'll tell you what, you want to see me get in the competition mode or something like that, man? Put me in some Madden or NCAA. I was freaking all over it. All right, let's keep on rocking. DO2 hardcore. Uh, Dead or Alive 2, kind of. I'm not really sure. I didn't really play that one. NCAA football 2003. Like I said, these were a lot of fun. Um, yeah, this is when they started making it too, where you can kind of build up your own school, have your own, you can make your own uniforms, all that stuff, man. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I was that way. Yeah, I think we all were, man. I mean, you could lose some friendships over playing some Madden or something like that. I'll be tell you what, get yourself pissed off. I know I would. Sheesh. Number 40, Shadow of the Colossus. Not sure if I ever played that one. Twisted Metal Black. All right, so I did play me some Twisted Metal. Um, but these games they were a lot of fun. It kind of reminds me of damn, I can't think of this stinking game, but it reminds me a lot of the game where you can build up your car and then you go into battle and stuff like that. Um, but Twisted Metal is a lot of fun. Twisted Metal Black was the best one. Yeah, I think so too. I want to say that this one I really really enjoyed. College football game was awesome too. Yeah, I mean, dude, I don't know if you remember if you played it this much, but you could build your college player up and then move them into Madden. So you were able to transfer them from NCAA after they graduated their senior year, and they go into the draft, and you can draft them in Madden and continue playing on with your players. It is so cool. So if you did like year 2008 and then you started off NCAA 2008, you do Madden 2008 and start off right at season for season, you could literally just take the roster and move it. It is super cool. You remember that? Yeah. Cool, man. Yeah. I'm glad I got someone in here to bounce some things off because I know I'm not the only one that played these games. Metal Gear Solid 3. All the Metal Gear Solid games were, in my opinion, solid. You know, they were definitely really good, fun games. Kind of sneak up on your enemy type missions. They were a lot of fun. Number 37, Ratchet and Clank, Up Your Arsenal. I'm not really sure. I'm not too familiar with that one. Um, Kelowna 2, Linetta's Veal. That's number 36. Never heard about it. The sequel to 1997's sleeper platformer hit Kelowna. Door to, I don't know. Yeah, that one I'm not familiar with. Number 35, Madden NFL 2001. That's Eddie George right there on the front cover. I definitely remember Madden NFL 2001. Like I said, I every year that it came out, I bought it. Madden usually drops, I want to say August, every August time frame. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Now, number 34, Guitar Hero. This right here. Yep, exactly. Eddie George got hurt, bro. And again, that whole Madden curse, it definitely rang true. I think it proved in every time. Yeah, in August. Yeah, that's when that's when it releases, end of August. You're right. Number 34, Guitar Hero. Now, Guitar Hero, I had a lot of fun playing with. I love music in general. Always wanted to play the guitar, no lie. Just never really had the time to do it, nor I've attempted to do it, and maybe I didn't have the patience back then. So maybe I need to circle around again and try. But Guitar Hero, at least it ain't even close to how it is playing a real guitar, but it can make you sure as hell feel like you're a rock star, uh, for at least the moment. Number 33, ESPN NFL football. Yeah, here's another football game trying to compete with the Maddens. Back then that was rough. Madden kind of owned the football world. I I don't think anybody would disagree with me there. You said that, Guitar Hero? Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I probably never got out of like the beginner stage. I wasn't sure doing that intermediate stuff, bro, or whatever the best one was. Definitely not me. Number 31, Final Fantasy 10. Now, and then that's also number 30, but it's number 12. And I think, and I'm not sure, but I want to say Final Fantasy ends at 12. I could be wrong, but I didn't really get into the Final Fantasies, but I know they were super popular. They were always popular with everybody. Um, 29, Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. Not a game I played, but I do recall it being kind of a popular game that came out, kind of another one of those sneak up and get people type of thing. Number 28, NHL 2002. Now, all the hockey games were a lot of fun. Especially when I don't know, for me, I love getting in the fights. I love getting in the fights and the man, you're going around trying to check people in the game and till you get yourself in a fight, and sometimes it happens, sometimes it didn't happen. But number 27, oh sheesh. Number 27, SSX Tricky. Not familiar with that one. Number 26, Soul Calibur 2. Don't know what number 1 is. You know what I mean? What about you? World Soccer winning 11-7 International. Not sure if I've ever played that one. I think when it came to soccers, I was more into the FIFA ones. Um, but everybody's out there, they're trying to compete with the EA Sports in the game. I don't know. For me, I don't think anybody can do it. Number 24, Virtual Fighter 4 Evolution. For the fighting game. Oh, Virtual Fighter. That is right. That game was super fun in the arcades. And I do recall them coming out with it in PlayStation. But I don't think it was very popular. Even though it's up here on number 24. I guess it is kind of popular. Number 23, NFL 2K3. Now, I think when it did come to the other football games, like I said, 2K is probably the only one that could compete with the EA Sports games, in my opinion. That's just my opinion in terms of with the graphics, the gameplay, all that stuff. Because I know as Madden progressed in PlayStation, I don't know what the hell it is that they try to do with it. But, the movements, every time they got movement, it just seems so unrealistically slow. But then I think they got to the other over exaggerating part where it got overly too fast. So they kind of lost the gameplay for me and the realness of it. Or there's always that one player that just he gets the ball, touches the dang ball, bam, he's gone. You know what I mean? uh all right, so let's see. SSX was an awesome game. All right, well, dude, yeah, I don't know. I didn't get a chance to try that one out. NFL 2K was okay. Yeah. I mean, I think now would you agree with me, Jeremy, that EA Sports, when it came to the games, I feel like they hands down had the best sports game. That's I don't know. My opinion, maybe you disagree, but what is your opinion, Jeremy, on Madden? All right, so number 21. EA was top sports games. Yep. Yep. So you agree. Yep. So I definitely am a believer of that too. So number 21, Okimi. And what didn't play that game. Number 20, SSX. Oh, is this what you were talking about? All right. Ah. Now I don't know if I ever played SSX, but in I did like snowboarding games. There was some pretty badass snowboarding games, and looks like SSX is one of those kind of games. So I may have played, but uh, doesn't look familiar to me. But I did play some snowboarding games on PlayStation that I absolutely loved and had a lot of fun with. Number 19, SSX again. Number 18, God of War 2. Now, I know a lot of people out there got into God of War, and even now, there's a lot of people out there that are super into God of War. Yeah, SSX was awesome after I figured it out. Isn't that how it goes for some games? I mean, we start playing these games and dude, man, you don't figure the stinking game out and you're about done with the thing, almost within immediately, or you're really good at the game and then you just want to keep playing it. It kind of goes either way. Number 17, Burnout 3 Takedown. Another racing game, a lot of fun. Number 16, Virtual Fighter 4. We just talked about that one a little bit ago. Number 15, God of War. Number 14, NCAA Football 2004. I think we about talked about NCAA a lot. So, yeah. God of War is still going on. Yep. I do. I've seen some streamers play it. And, yep, about to throw the controller out the window. Man. Or through the freaking screen. You know what I mean? Metal Gear Solid 3, all those games were very good. And number 12, Madden. Number 11, Madden. I mean, so like I said, Madden got to be really popular with people. I mean, uh, to the point where I know, people would the game would be sold out before it was even out on the market. That's how good these games were. You would be sometimes having to wait like a whole month before you could get your hand on a copy of some Madden. That's how freaking crazy they were. You know what I mean? It is amazing how uh crazed people were over Madden. I mean, diehards. Number 10, Devil May Cry. Another game that got really popular. Number 9, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. Talked a lot about Tony Hawk. Um, I tried to be a skater at one point in my life. Found out that skateboarding wasn't exactly my sport but love playing it on the game. I only got knocked out a couple times. um, going down the Dagon, you know, hill and no helmet on. But getting to play the game and doing all the crazy tricks that I never even learned. But getting to do it on this game, man, I was a badass skater on that game. I was a badass skater on that game. You know what I mean? Best Tony Hawk game right there. Yeah, it was, man. The Tony Hawk games were so freaking fun. I loved them. Number 8, Madden NFL 2003. Got some Marshall Falk up there, and that's one of those guys. I tell you, in the game, he would get this stinking ball, and boom, he'd be gone. You know, he's just one of those guys. You had to, plug it in. That's one thing that the Madden kind of got a little bit quirky in, and that's why I think I left PlayStation. Is just got to the level of like some players were overly dominated and some were not good, and it just I don't know, that whole playing thing got me. Another Madden curse right there. Yep. Yeah, man. I don't know if they're. It'd be interesting to kind of look back and see if there's a year that something kind of didn't happen. I do want to say that there might have been one year, but could be wrong. I think some some kind of fashion something goes down usually. Number 7, Gran Turismo. And all the Gran Turismo games really popular with everybody. Had some great graphics in the background when you'd be driving and music, soundtracks, all kinds of stuff. It was a lot of fun. Number 6, Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I had a lot of fun playing all the GTA games. And who didn't have fun, maxing out the stars or and getting the cops pissed off and having them fools chase you all around. Um who didn't really like playing that game, you know? Get to be a thug, go bust out some windows, go punch a cop in the face, and then drive in the car and then go make mayhem and then see how many cops you can get yourself caught up with. Good time. Number 5, Grand Theft Auto. Those games were definitely and always popular. Number 4, Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. Number 3, Resident Evil 4. All those games right there, Resident Evil, you know, that was one of those games that were like they started scaring people, and people would be going and it was a storyline and stuff like that as well. But here we go with the top 2 games. It's going to be Grand Theft Auto at number 2 and Tony Hawk as number 1. Not really shocked. I know Tony Hawk was probably a big time seller. And he was always skateboarding back in the day. I don't know that it's as popular now, but man, growing up in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s to late 90s, skating was a thing. And one of the names you always heard was Tony Hawk. And everybody knew who Tony Hawk was, whether you were a skater or not a skater. You pretty much knew who Tony Hawk was. Am I right? I don't know. Maybe just maybe it was my little error, but I know that we all knew who the hell Tony Hawk was. And everybody else, when you got like a skateboard or something, you wanted to try to get like a Tony Hawk skateboard, or even though they weren't real, but his name's on it. Sheesh, it's gonna sell. But yeah, all right. Well, that about wraps it up for PlayStation 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Like I said, on the Throwback Thursdays, going to try to bring it back a little bit more often, try to be a little bit more consistent with it. I know I took a little bit of break off there. My buddy Jesse, who was doing it with me, so life got involved. He couldn't do it anymore. So kind of had to kind of think it and see how I can go about doing it on my own. And I'm not as knowledgeable as Jesse is in the game world because, man, that boy, he knows his shit when it comes to games. Me, I was just more of a gamer type player guy. Didn't know all the histories and stuff like that. But and you know, I'm glad you're enjoying it because as long as you are, one person enjoys it, man, I'm gonna keep it going. You know what I mean? But I really appreciate you guys for tuning in, man, hanging out for a while. I want to appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning in, watching, checking out the shows. Every day is a Saturday, USMC veteran. We got the Wacky Wednesdays live on Wednesdays, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then we do the Throwback Thursdays. Probably going to do that around 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7:30, anywhere in between that time. And then, the regular shows, they'll be dropping at least every Monday with the interviews and stuff. So hope you all have an amazing day out there. And don't let it kick your ass. Make sure you're out there kicking its ass. And remember, until next time.